So you've purchased a hind quarter and you're wondering what actually comes in it and what do I ask the butcher how to break it down. I'll give you a breakdown on how we cut this one and give you the other options that you can ask for when you're getting a hind quarter. So this is the hind quarter of beef. This one is about 200 pounds. The one we cut down here was 191. So let's go through and see what you get. We're gonna start off with the back to the front. So we have our hind shank. These you can make a Thor's hammer, you can make osso buco, and that's what we call this. So this meat around is gonna be very tough. So you have to really braise it, break it down slowly, and then that bone marrow in the center has the very richness. Put it in a stew, it's amazing. You're gonna get some canoe bones. So you can make your cowboy butter, you can roast them on the oven, you can also just cook them on the barbecue and then dip some bread in it. Incredible. Then let's move on to the hip portion of the beef. This is called the outside round. So on the outside round, also known as the outside flat, it's typically where your rump roast would be coming from. You can also slice it for rouladen, or you can make stew out of it, but it is typically a little bit of a drier, tougher cut, so you're just gonna have to cook it. Be careful with the way you cook it. Now we have the eye of round. The eye of round is typically a little bit of a tougher cut. We can make a roast with it. Some people put a little bit of a bacon weave on top. And we can also make medallion steaks. Going on to the inside round, which is probably one of the better cuts for roasts or stew. We've made roast with it today. So the customer's gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roasts out of that. And you can also make stew, or you can make rouladen as well if you want a lot of rouladen. Flank steak, the customer decided to keep it whole. You can also get it into strips for fajitas, but I guess he wants to marinate it. Now we have the sirloin tip. So the sirloin tip we cut into fast fry steaks. These are about 1/2 inch to 3/4. Throw them on a pan, minute and a half aside, and you got a quick meal. Now picanha. So we're moving into the loin section here, and these are where their premium cuts come from on the hind. So a picanha is the top part of the top sirloin, the top sirloin cap. This is a great steak. You can either leave it whole or cook it into steaks. When you do cook it whole, you're gonna wanna cook it on the barbecue. Don't cook it fully internally, then cut it up and hit it on the barbecue some more. This you're gonna cook to probably around a medium rare and then slice it up. All you really need for this is some coarse salt and a little bit of pepper. We cut the top sirloin baseball style. So if you ever go to the Keg or a restaurant, you have your top sirloin baseball steaks. These are cut about 1.25 inches to 1 inch. Then the customer decided to go for the T-bones, so you're left with the butt tender. So this is the tenderloin that you'll be getting. We cut those at about 1.25 inches. Now your T-bones. Your T-bones are your most premium steak. This is your tenderloin and this is your strip loin. So if you wanted tenderloin and strip loin, we would just bone this out and you would get the tenderloin and the strip loin instead of the T-bone. Great steaks, great barbecue steaks, beautiful marbling. Now when you buy the quarter hind, you're paying the hanging weight. So that means you get all the trim associated with it. So you got about 65 pounds of trim. We decided to go for lean on this one, but if you wanted medium, you're gonna be adding some fat to that, so you'll get close to around 70, 75 pounds. And don't forget, all the bones are also included. So we cut them up to be manageable sizes. These are great for bone broth, for the dog, whatever you want, but these bones are great any way you wanna do them. So there you have it. On a hind, you're gonna be getting about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slices of hind shank. You'll get 1 femur that's split down the middle. On the hip, you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 roasts cut at about 3 pounds. 1 piece of flank steak. There's about 12 to 15 steaks of sirloin tip. You'll get 5 picanha steaks, and you're looking at 4, 8, 12, 15, my math was wrong there, but anyway, about 15 steaks. Yep. 4 butt tender steaks cut at about 1.25 inches, and you got about 20 T-bones there. 60 pounds of trim if you decide to go for lean, and about 15 pounds of bones.